Good evening, and welcome to the press conference reaction. So, good evening. Welcome back to another show. Tonight, I'm going to do on YouTube the press conference reaction. Steve Bruce had it today. And this guy, honestly, is the most fraudulent manager ever come across in my life. He's the luckiest manager I've ever seen in my life as well. And it is what it is. Why does this manager get away with it all the time? I mean, do smash the likes up and subscribe if you're new as well. I forgot to say that as well. And also leave the comments in the sections down below. Thank you very much indeed. I don't know what's wrong with this bright, you know. It's getting worse. There you go. There you go. So, and yeah, I mean, Steve Bruce is on his usual crap, which comes out as job nowadays. I'm just kind of sick of it as well, you know what I mean? The best thing you could do, have these couple of games and get out the club. Done. Finish. End of the season. We need a new manager at this club. I'm telling you, because we just hear the same things over and over and over again. And the guy's a complete and utter clown. He comes out and he says that they're making plans. So he's made shots there. Sorry about that. Sorry. Mum, I'm streaming. Yeah, I'm streaming. Sorry about that. That's just me, mum. Yeah, listen, like I said, I just go through what Steve has come out and said a day on the press conference. And he says, everybody's okay, apart from Callum Wilson. Thankfully, there's nothing to report. Let's hope it stays that way for next week or so that everyone can have a well-deserved break. Well-deserved break? Really? I mean, honestly, man, these players aren't even fit. They don't even work hard enough, some players, you know what I mean? And he's coming in and say a well-deserved break. We are an absolute mess. Honestly, this season, again, it's been poor. Absolutely poor again. We haven't progressed. It's paper over the cracks. The only stay up is because the teams in the bottom three are not being good enough. Let's be real about it, guys. Let's be real about it. Simply ain't good enough. Got some comments here, by the way. I've got evening, John. Hope you're well, mate. I'm absolutely fine. Paul, good evening to you, Keith. Press the right button, man. Which I have done. Let's have a look. Did I press the right button? He means the banner button. There you go. There you go. That's better. If he means that, he means that. So there you go. So yes, press the right button. No, that's what I'm doing. That's so funny, John. Thanks so much indeed. Well, a mess, John. We are a mess, Paul. The club is an absolute mess. And it seems like it's going on to say that he's going to crack on next season as well. And the best thing he can do is crack on at the club. That's what he needs to do. This manager, man, is an absolute joke. Honestly, he really is. And I'm just kind of sick of it. Get him out. He is such a fraud. And he's going on to say, I'm going to be here next season no matter what. Do you know what I mean? Well, 52,000. If there's 52,000 in the stadium, we have a lot more to say about that if you do not start well. Oh, even Dan Goff said that as well today on TalkSport. He's got to hit the ground running next season. If he doesn't, the pressure will be on him 100%. So, going to keep Downing from Sky Sports. Steve Bruce told him he's ready to carry on as Newcastle manager next season. I hope so. I'm nowhere near ready to retire yet. We're already talking about pre-season. I believe we got 2 games lined up already, York and Harrogate as well, and discussing transfer targets. Well, the thing is, right, I tell you what we need, Steve. We need midfielders. We need a destroyer in the midfield. We need a midfielder like Joe Willock. We're playing the energy, and we need a passer. We need to revamp that midfield because that midfield is not good enough. Real talk, ain't good enough. Steve Bruce knows it, and that's the way it's going to be. And I know that for a fact because that midfield, let's be real about it. You take out Joe Willock out of the team, it looks stale. It looks stale. Miguel Almiron, as much as I love the guy, he's just not been playing well at all this season. And I'll do my end of season player ratings in a couple of weeks' time, and I can tell you now, Miguel Almiron will not get a high rate at all whatsoever. Let's have it out there. So he was asked about Joe Wick. He's okay. He trained all week. It was cramp. He went off, and we all fear the worst when he went down. He's fine, and he will play from the start, I hope. And also, while you're at it, put the money in, make a £22 million bid to get this guy to St. James's in the summer. Just pay the money now. It's as simple as that. And if he does that, just send out a statement. Simple as that. And is on about Callum Wilson. He said, in hindsight, I should have taken him off before. It's the other side to his previous injury. We expect it to be 2 or 3 weeks, so it's nothing like the last one, which is good news. Just a shame the season's going to end anyway. But it's still a shame he can't finish the season with us. Wow. You know what it is, right? Just where we stop up the season, man. Do you know what I mean? Because if he was doing the bottom 3 or just out of the bottom 3 and he went out injured, my God, it would have been absolutely disgraceful, absolutely worrying for Newcastle United Football Club. Real talk. Do you know what I mean? So I've got some more comments here. Fitness, John. I wish I was fit, man. I've got to lose half a stone, man. You're right, but fitness, I think that's why we get so many bloody injuries. I totally agree. They don't deserve a holiday. They don't deserve a world break. I'll get back in training. A lot of them, honestly. And how's John? For Mark. Not been here for a while. Good to see you, Mark. It's good to see you as well, my friend. Thanks for coming on. I hope you're okay. Your wife, your family as well. And Keith said it'll be the same word, John. They mentioned on who would like to be his new manager. I heard on Talk Sports, and I'm sure nobody called in. I think Toon fans have kicked Talk Sport in the touch. Goffey is a good talking cricket. Yeah. Stick to cricket, Goffey. I love you, but stick to cricket. Or Barnsley, by the way. Kevin, Shiter, football comments, and Paul, John, the Biggie has been played out of position and his confidence is low. Yeah, totally agree. But only judging him on the 90 minutes I've witnessed. That's not been horrible to the lad. I love him. I'm not going to tap him out yet. Definitely not going to tap him out yet. But at the end of the day, he should be telling Steve Bruce, I want to play as a 10 rule next season. If not, I'm out of here. Simple as that. And Paul, bang on. Bruce has kicked all the young'uns in the knackers. Lewis, Longstaff, Brothers, Miggy, Anderson, you add that list as well. Not really got a look in. Totally agree. Apparently, Anderson's got a hip injury. Do we believe that? And then you can't say he's fit now. Too late. Thanks, Kev. There you go. Let's go on to what this fraudulent manager has come out next in this press conference. Yeah. Talking about the Leicester performance, I'm not gonna talk about that. Actually, I spoke about it last week. Why did we be asking the Leicester performance? Ask about it last week, man, not the day. And then I've got Steve Bruce again on finishing the season well. We had many problems with injuries and COVID, so we can achieve in terms of points what we had last year. I accept it, but we're not going to celebrate it just as well, Steve, because I'm not going to be celebrating either. You know what I mean? He's not going to separate because we all want to see Newcastle in a better position now. We are hopefully the top 10 without you, Steve. That's all I'm going to say on that. Because real talk, I'm not being funny, but the season's been absolutely shambolic. Do you see what I mean with Steve Bruce? He talks a big game. The bottom line is he doesn't really put into action, doesn't he? He plays 5 at the back or 3 at the back. You know what I mean? We only won 10 games out of 35 this season. That, for me, is absolutely shocking. It's as simple as that. And I just can't say any more than that as well. And then Kevin says, he's not telling Youngman's confidence and lack of coaching. Again, he ain't got a clue. Kevin, you're right. Totally agree. Please smash the likes up as well, yeah? And subscribe if you need to keep those comments coming in. Last neat, the question and answers. Absolutely amazing. And I'm definitely going to do it again at the end of the season. So I got choose. Hey, John, mate. Hope you are right. I'm absolutely champion. And here, hope you are good as well. So let's see what else is fraudulent the manager sort of thing, or soon to be ex-Newcastle manager, by the way. He was asked about his future. Now, according to the Times, Steve Bruce said he'll walk away from Newcastle if the players get abuse. He said exactly the same thing as Sunderland. Yeah? Coincidence? Don't believe what he said. He's a lying, two-faced git. So go about what's in future. I've got a contract. Until I hear otherwise, I've got to crack on. We're doing pre-season at the minute. We're putting all the plans in place. Conversations we've had, and that's what I can say on it. Do you know what I mean? So it seems to me that we're planning on a heat. under this fraud of the manager. Let's be real. It looks like he's going to be here in the summer. God, Jesus Christ. If it's him, I tell you something, Steve Bruce, you better get off to a good start. You got 5 games to fix up. If you don't, like you did last season, you should be sat and just get out. You know what I mean? I'd rather than being sat to the end of the season, get someone else in. Get Thomas Franklin. Get Thomas Franklin from Brentford. If they don't get promoted, get him in, because he is absolutely fantastic. Plays football the right way. The pressing game, and the Brentford fans loves him. So any Brentford fans watching me chat, would you let Thomas Frank go if you don't get promoted? We'll take him. More comments there, Paul. Good to hear. So, yeah, that's what it says according to Milestar Forfeit as well. Now, we're going to see what else this fraud has been saying as well. He's basically coming out here saying that I go nowhere. I'm not going to retire. Let's put it this way. I'm going to be here next season. I'm going to hack you off. Well, just to wait, Steve, when the fans comes in and 52,000 get on your case if you do not start well. Because I'll tell you something now, the fans haven't forgotten about you. The fans will have to see it. The fans will make sure that you get out of the club. And that's the bottom line. It's as simple as that. And I got Aaron here. He's trying to manipulate us to cause such a so that Ashley has no choice but to give him his payoff. Only thing he wants. Steve Bruce, I will not walk away for this club. He will not walk away for this club, because you know why? Money, money, money. Yeah, that's all he wants. The £4 million payoff. It could be less than that. It's on his last year's contract. Do you know what I mean? His health ain't great, and he's only doing that to prove a point. Trying to think he's proved a point. No, he hasn't. The guy has failed, and he's failed miserably. Like I said, he's the luckiest manager I've seen in my life, and not only that, he's just a fraud. And Kevin, what do you think is going to keep? What do you think he's going to keep John? And who do you think you want to come to tune? Well, the thing is, right, I'll only keep 7 or 8 players. The rest can just move on. Do you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, the 7 players you can build a team around with, the ones I haven't mentioned aren't good enough. Yeah, I can give you John Shelby, Emil Kraft, Joel Linton. Yeah, Fernandez will be on his way as well. Kieran Clark's okay as a squad player. Matt Ritchie, I keep. Manquillo will be on his way anyway. I think he'll be gone. Dubrak, I definitely keep. Darlow, I keep. I'll be on his way as well. And in midfield, like I said, I think the Longstaffs will go as well. They're not playing for Steve Bruce again. And Miggy, I think he'll be gone as well. ASM, he said he wants to stay. Up front, Callum Wilson definitely stay. Andy Carroll, I'll get rid. Dwight Gale, I'll get rid. We need a whole new team. That's all I'm going to say on that, because it just goes to show it looks stale. Dwight Gale, not good enough for me as well. So tell me who you think. Who do you want as the next manager in Newcastle if Steve Bruce scores? And please leave the comments in the sections down below. And Paul, John, we have got to get a good manager with a proven record. Yes, we do. A proven record. I mean, Thomas Frank, I take. Okay, he's not proven in the Premier League, but at the end of the day, he could surprise. Look at Dano Farker. Look what he's done with Norwich City. Plays football the right way. Didn't start well in the Championship, but my God, he soon started to mute. It's as simple as that. And I'll go with Paul 52-4 and Cleveland Steamers right on booster seat. Yeah. Throw Carriage onto the pitch as well, mind. Wow. Get him gone. And I've got Aaron Game or create his victim sympathy story so he can get another job after he is sacked off. He'll not get another Premiership club again. Let's be real about that. Kevin, be ashamed to lose alongside brothers. Same here, because they're young players. They love the club. They're Toon fans. And again, it looks like Steve Bruce haven't got no fear for them. Oh, Jeff Hendrick as well. Get him out now. I got Pozzo Lucien Favre as well. I think this guy wants to come to the Premier League, but he wants a project. You know, he'll not come cheap, by the way. You know, but he wants a couple of years to get the team right. Do you know what I mean? He's managed some good teams. Nice, Borussia Dortmund, you know, all those clubs as well. He is absolutely fantastic, and I think he'll be dynamite as well. And I think he managed to launch a Gladbach as well. Non-staffs are great. I totally agree. I think they've been good. But at the end of the day, we definitely need a clear out at the club. And I'm going to do a special show in a couple of weeks' time who I keep, who I get rid of, and it just goes to show that the club's in a mess, and we've got players that are just not good enough. Plenty of wasters at the club as well, such as Carroll, Gale, Kraft, Shelby, Atsu, Xavier, and just the way it goes, you know what I mean? But yeah, but Steve Bruce in his press conference again, this is what I don't like. All these people going into Zoom can only ask him one question. That is it. It's normally 2 or 3. And that's the way this club is being run. A complete and utter shambles, man. It really is. Unbelievable, man. It's an absolute joke in the club. Real talk. I just don't get it at all. The club is being run like dictatorship, right? And Vave doesn't take any shite for anyone. I totally agree. Training set John Shelby not last with him, I'm telling you. He does 2 training sessions a day. 2. And his tactics, his formation, spot on as well. Yeah. And his every single detail. And also he gets the scouts to check on the opponents. And he also reports on his desk as well. So he can sort out tactics. He is a very good manager. He really, really is. He's proven. And again, the players are shown they are more than good enough to be comfortable in material. Swapping boosts with any unreasonable manager, it will be the same as buying three £40 million players. I'm afraid it will on the boost. We need to get a manager that only concerns himself with how good the team is playing. Totally agree. I think some of the foreign managers mentioned won't know what the current situation is, and they need the brass, which we ain't got, and we ain't going to get any money coming in. That's all they're asking for money. Asking for money. And I think the first player that should go is your bum chum. Listen, I'm not going to say who it is, man. No way. So, do you agree with Steve Bruce's press conference? And do you think he's right in what he's saying? If you leave the comments in the sections down below. And yeah, if you do watching this channel, please consider subscribing to it. And I've got 673 people subscribing to my channel. That's absolutely amazing. And I'm just enjoying this, you know what I mean? I've done this since November, and I've done it before, like for a couple of months, before I went to the hospital for 5 days. And I'm doing this all the time. But it's all good. It's all good. It's all good, baby. So, and the first player to must go be Shelby. Definitely choose. He's got to go. And Kevin's got some names as well. Kraft, Fraser, Shelby for starters. Feel a bit sorry for Carroll not be given a chance to fit this season. I'd look to take a chance and bring back Armstrong or the guy from Brentford, Ivan Toney. I don't think Ivan Toney will come to Newcastle. He won't, because he'll probably end up going to a top 6-7 club, and one of them ain't us. Adam Armstrong, will I take him back? Probably, but he has to be in the first team. And he's proven himself now. He can score goals in the Championship. He's done well. He's got a couple of years experience playing first team football. Cost us £2 million. I believe he's got a 40% sell-on fee, which it'll be absolutely fantastic and make it easier for us. And Kraft's got to go. Well, he should have gone last season. Let's be real about it. He ain't good enough for Newcastle. You know what I mean? He did okay against Leicester, but he's just limited player. Limited. And then Armstrong won't be coming back. This is the flipping thing. We let our academy player go, right? And they do so well. And then Mike Ashley ain't going to pay the money. Pay more money than he sold for less. Do you know what I mean? He won't do that. And this is why we need a takeover very, very quick. Because if we don't get a takeover in the summer, I fear for this club this time. But Steve Bruce, it's got to start so well. He really needs to. It's as simple as that. So, and I've got to do a watch along tomorrow with Paul. I'll be on at 7 o'clock. No, not 7 o'clock, 20 past 7. I'm going to do the team lineups as well. One thing I will say that Kevin De Bruyne will not be playing. He's got an injury, and I think Man City will probably mix and match their team because they've got the Champions League against Chelsea in mind. And what we got to do, we just got to play 4-2-3-1. Let's go out there, give it a real go, because at the end of the day, There's no pressure anymore. There's no pressure. Just go out and enjoy yourself, Just take it to them. And I've got Kevin here, 40%, you're right, John, means we can take a chance on him and get him on the cheap. If he's worth, 25 million, we'll probably get him for, 15? I think that'll still be a bargain at the end of the day. At least he come cheaper than Joelinton, let's be real. I think we'll be City by 3-1. 3-0 to Man City. I've got down 2s each. And then again, every time we're going to get hammered, Newcastle proves us wrong. And every time we're going to get a positive result, I get proved wrong big time. Do you know what I mean? Like against Arsenal, so we beat Arsenal by 2-1. We got beat by 2-0. Tom, good evening to you, my guy. I hope you're okay. Are you looking forward to the match tomorrow? I hope so, because we've got no pressure now. Just play 4-2-3-1 for me. And yeah, tomorrow's going to be fun. Please, join us on a watch along tomorrow and Neat as well, because I think it's going to be amazing. And what's the deal with Fraser? Has gone quiet about him. Do you know what it is? We're hearing out about him. He's out injured apparently. But mark me words, when the Euros comes, he's going to be fit. Let's be real about it, Paul. He's going to be fit no matter what. Because at the end of the day, he doesn't really want to play for Newcastle anymore. I don't think he does want to play for Newcastle United. I could be wrong. What can I say? And Tom said, and I haven't seen it at all, lads. Big protest outside of Man U's tonight games ahead of Liverpool. Wow. It just goes to show that the fans comes first. Do you know what I mean? The Glazers need to listen to the fans now. Because at the end of the day, they're a little bit peed off at the way the club's being run. If you go for the Super League and don't let the fans know about it, this is what happens. You know what I mean? But then again, if Newcastle went in for the Super League, I don't actually pull out suit at all whatsoever. He just won't do that because it's all money to him. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. I wonder if that game's going to be called off, though. Probably not. But we've got to wait and see what happens on there. I'll be checking that out in a second. So, like I said, is Steve Bruce going to be leaving at the end of the season? Or do you think Ashley haven't got the balls to sack him, just pay him the £2 million payoff? Do you know what I mean? I've got Kevin here. God, if anyone's going to take a chance on Joelinton, we get him worth 10 million. That's quite funny. The fact we only lose 2 in 2 years. 10% of what Ashley values the whole club. Listen, at the end of the day, I'm not being funny, but I think Joelinton needs to be moved on because we need strikers to score goals. I mean, if you lose Callum Wilson for any injury, oh my God, it's not going to look good, will it? Then I've got Tom looking forward to tomorrow. See, we are safe. Now, nothing to play now. Yeah, Tom, I agree with you, my guy. 100% agree with you because at the end of the day, just go out and just enjoy yourself. Just go out and enjoy yourself, players, you know what I mean? Because I want to see a good game of football. I want to see players express themselves, and have a go at them. You know what I mean? Just show that you're good players. Look what happened last week. It goes to show at Leicester, you're great players. You went out there and give it a right go. I hope Joe Willock turns on a good one tomorrow again because he's been absolutely wonderful first this season. So I do like Joe Willock. I hope you get him signed up. Then we don't have to go to Fulham. No, we've got a win to stay up because they've already relegated. So bye-bye, Fulham. Do you know what I mean? And that India lass. Wow. I whipped her a good one, did I? She wouldn't block us. She'd not block us. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, we're safe for another season. I'm not going to be celebrating because at the end of the day, it's been a poor season, hasn't it, really? Poor season. Just paper over the cracks. And then Steve would say we should go for top 10. Okay, Steve, good luck. And Bruce has to go. If he's here next season, will be another relegation battle. Tom, I totally agree. But I can't see Joelinton doing well with a different team. I think he should go back to the Bundesliga when he made his name because at the end of the day, he needs to be practicing more. The Premier League is not strong for it. Okay, he's had some couple of good games, but come on, hold here, man. It's just gifted to him. The goals he scored were gifted. Let's be real about it. So, like I said, I mean, what do you think of the press conference? Do you think he should go at the end of the season? Or do you agree we should be aiming for top 10? Do you think his press conference is just the same old shite? Or is he trying to be clever with the fans? This is another one I want to talk about, the fans. the fans won't forget what Steve Bruce has been seeing. Expectations, he's backpedaling to say that he didn't mean to say that. I just got up a minute, like, you know, just get up a sentence and see what you exactly say. I think a lad called Adam. Let me just get up a sentence. Because he definitely says something there. Because he was asked about that. I don't want to read about Richard Mass, that sort of thing, you know, about the takeover. Still kind of comment about the takeover. The guy's an absolute disgrace. Yeah, I'm going to read two things as well about Bruce. Lee Ryder from the Chronicles has come out regarding Talk Sport interview. He said, if the fans think I meant their expectations are too high, that's not what I meant at all. That's my limited vocabulary, right? And Adam Ridgington on the tweet has come out, and he's quite right. Steve Bruce backpedaling only further proves how little he respects the fan base. Decided to insult us earlier in the week, and now he's insulted our intelligence. Claiming he's never meant what he said. What did he mean? It's transparent bullshit. It won't wash here. I'm going to say BS. Excuse me, French. It's BS. It won't wash here. So he's basically saying something, and then he tries to backpedal, trying to insult our fans again. The guy is an absolute disgrace. He's an arrogant, two-faced git. You know what I mean? And I hate this manager. Absolutely hate this manager. I really, really do. And Tom, I'll be surprised if anyone comes from Joe Linton. Totally agree. I can't see anyone coming in for him at all whatsoever. I've got Owen here. Does anyone have any hope that this takeover will happen? Few probably mugged off by it. Don't know what it is now, Owen. I'm not being funny, right? But I'm just going to wait and see, right? Whether it be now, because at the end of the day, if it was a takeover, announce it then. Until then, keep it quiet, okay? Do the arbitration on the quiet. Don't let us know about it, and tell us if it's going to be on or not. So, good question there, Owen. Thanks so much for asking me that question, man. John, what is the picture on the corner of the screen? That is Claude from used to be on AFTV, and he sadly passed away just over a month ago. Mental health problems, and he's an Arsenal super fan, and I love the guy, and I hope he's at a good place, Claude. And rest in peace, Claude. He's a true legend, and he says it how like it is. And I tell you what, if you're a Newcastle fan, I tell you something, is grave. That grave would be turned, I'm telling you, because this guy says how I like it is. And then off me tea, lads, lasses. Catch up later, John. Keep the faith, everyone. Enjoy the rest of the show. Up the tune, Kev. Thanks for coming on, my guy, and have a good evening to you. Evening, Thomas. Hope you're okay. Cheers, Kev. I'd like to see what sort of players Bruce will bring next season. Tom, like I said earlier on, right, I want midfield to be sorted out. I want to see 3 midfielders, sweet. Joe Willock for his energy. We need a destroyer, like a Coyote type player, and we need someone who's going to pass the ball properly. If he's going to play through midfield, that's the thing I want to see. I want to see a totally revamp in that midfield. If the long stars aren't going to be here, get someone in properly. Do you know what I mean? That's the first one I do. The midfield needs sorting out. Because I tell you what, half the time they do not look fit at all whatsoever. Owen, Bruce is just a coward. He's going to brick it when he's in front of a crowd. But I tell you what, from what I'm hearing, they still got tickets to sell for that game against Sheffield United. Do you know what I mean? So he said, nice one, John. Thank you, Paul. And Tom, you were bringing nobody. Well, I tell you what, if you don't sign anyone, we're going to get relegated. Then ASM will probably think, you know what? If you're not going to be ambitious, I may as well go away from the club. So, yeah, I'm going to give it 5 more minutes because I'll do this real quick. I'm going to try watch the Man U game against Liverpool if it's on. Excuse me. So that should be kicking. See, look, I love to watch along for that game. You know what I mean? But I'm too late. So I'll do the one for tomorrow. Tom, who's going to win the FA Cup on Saturday? For me, it's going to be Chelsea. I think they'll bounce back from that defeat against Arsenal. And I think Tuchel got his team selections wrong. And he admitted that as well because he was thinking of heat for the Saturday's game. Excuse me. And that's how it is. So, Thomas Tuchel, he's my manager. I think he's absolutely decent. And absolutely driven as well. This is why Jim Favre would be absolutely fantastic for Newcastle if he gets the right backing at the club. Excuse me. Yeah, answer that question. So yeah, so just to let you know, guys, that bit of breaking news for myself. When the Euros comes around, I should be in an England watch along as well. So please check us out for that. I should be in an England watch along. I think it's Croatia, the Czech Republic, and Scotland, especially the Scotland game. So I'll be doing that. So check us out for that. John, what do you think of Richard Masters today? Well, I haven't watched it fully, Tom, mate. But at the end of the day, one thing I will say, he did a lot of comfortable, did he? When he was asked the question, he really wanted Newcastle United to go down. He really wanted Newcastle to go down. Do you know what I mean? I'm not being funny, but he must think, effing hell, not Newcastle again. Do you know what I mean? And this is what you have to say. If I just get
dispute with Newcastle, who have since secured their survival to the Premier League next season. Your reaction to them staying up, and is there anything more you can tell us about how those talks, those legal disputes are going?
Well, they're in the Premier League, and they'll be pleased about that. But there's nothing I can say about the takeover or any talks.
The Premier League remains in dispute with Newcastle.
So there you have it. He still won't talk about the takeover for Newcastle. Do you know what I mean? So the guy is an absolute buffoon, honestly. Do you know what I mean? I think he comes as arrogant. I think he's two-faced. He's an Aston Villa fan. That just tells you everything you need to know about this guy, honestly. Do you know what I mean? But I hope, for his sake, if I was advising Richard Masters, I would say, look, forget the court case, approve the deal, approve the takeover, make some money. But he won't do that because he wants to take a gamble. But I tell you something, Nick DeMarco will rip him a good one. Masters is very, it's a tick. I agree. I think it'll end up in court. Do you know what it is, Tom? I don't think it'll end up in court, Tom. I think it's going to be approved before it even gets to court. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't think the Premier League want to get their hands washed in dirty linen. Do you know what I mean? So I think it won't go to court. I think it's going to be a done deal and it's going to be out of court settlement. Happy days, the club is being taken over. But if it goes to court, then the Premier League will be absolutely embarrassed. And I'll go further than that as well. Richard Masters will resign from his post if we win the takeover. Trust us on that, guys. You know what I mean? And that's what I've got to say on that one. So I'm going to wrap it up quickly because I've got things on to do. And if you like my videos, check out the live question and answers I've done last night. Claire Williams suggested that. And I was quite happy to take it on, and it's been absolutely fantastic. So I've done all for that last night. And also I've got to lose a bit of weight as well because I've got to lose that. I've got a bit of flab there, so I'm going to lose half a stone. I'll probably start me dieting on Monday, so I'm going to be absolutely on the button for that. And Tom said, good show, John. Thank you very much. Well, great show. Thanks so much, Tom. And I'll be back tomorrow for the live watch along with Paul against Man City. Please check us out for that. I'll be on for 25 past 7. Check us out for that. I'll be in the team lineups as well and what Steve Bruce have to say live. And great stream, John. Stay safe. All the best. And you to you, Paul. Thanks so much indeed. Great stream, John. Thanks so much indeed, Thomas. Appreciate that. But also I'm going to make an announcement as well. When I get 1,000 on the live streams or 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to see if I can get a couple of journalists to come on my show, if I can get them. If I can get them, it's going to be a tough ask, but I will try and get a journal to come on my show. And hopefully it'll be lit because at the end of the day, I mean, I want to respect these journals and stuff, you know what I mean? So, like I said, please smash the likes up, subscribe if you're new. I've got Brandon, my guy. Yes, John. How much to go from your 1,000? Of 674 I've got, so we're looking at 326 more, mate. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do a tweet later, and just to see it, I need more followers, so I'm going to drum it up as well, my job as well, and just whack it up there sort of thing, me guys. So, yes, another 326 to go, and if you can tell your mates, share the screen, you know what to do, guys. Get some more followers sort of thing, and whoever's 1,000 followers sort of thing, it's going to win a prize. So I'm going to announce it on Twitter. Who's my 1,000 followers? We get a Newcastle United shirt. That's what I'm going to give away. So I'm going to do that. And then I need to know the email address, whatever sort of thing. Get the details. I will send it through the post first class. So that's how we're going to do it. So I want to get big names on there as well. I want to try and get Kendall. I want to try and get the local journals on here as well, which would be fantastic. And members of NF Newcastle Fans TV, Brandon's one of them. And I was to get Liam on my chat as well. And a few others on there as well. Liam isn't as an one, so I haven't heard from Liam for a long time. Where is Liam in these days? Do miss him in that. The one with a dressing gown on. Lovely guy. Interviewed him so many times. Love the guy's an absolute ledge. And Claire's been quiet today. I think Claire must be busy watching Man U. So she's my lass as well. She's lovely. So listen, I'm going to wrap it up there because I'll rabble on a bit. Give me a couple of rest. So I'll be back on a watch along tomorrow with my guy Paul. Please join us for that. I want to get 50 people watching it tomorrow because I want to break the record, you know. It's as simple as I got Brandon again. Liam has lost since pubs did reopen. Wow. Liam loves his drink, doesn't he? Do you know what I mean? But I don't drink alcohol, never smoked, never touched drugs. And that's what I got a little bit of that. So there you go. Listen, get us away, and thanks for joining me chat. Thanks for joining me channel. Thanks for listening to me press conference reaction. And I'll see you back tomorrow for a watch along. And until then, guys, have a fantastic evening and love you lots. Share the love.